Hey folks, it's time for the Sarasota County Real Estate Market Report for January of 2024. Well, that was a quick year, wasn't it? We're going to jump right into the numbers, but before we do, I'd like you to hit the subscribe button so you can follow along on all our videos. And as we're moving along, if you get something that you'd like to say, I would love to hear from you by putting a comment down below. Let's move along, shall we? As usual, we're going to jump right into it with single-family home. And we start with active inventory, which is up 64.3% with 2,764 active listings. Month supply of inventory, the infamous number. We're going to go over that a little bit more later in the video. I want to just help you to understand what that number means and how important it is. So we'll dive into that just a little bit more later on. But for now, for single family homes, it's up 76% to 4.4 months. Remember, we want to stay, if we're a seller, under the 5.5 month number, but we're slowly creeping towards that number. Days to contract is up 60% to 37 days. Now that number is median days to contract, 37 days. Half of the single family homes are taking longer and half of them are taking less time. An asking price is a big variable that really puts you on one side or the other of that number. Median sales price is up 2.7% to $519,000. So you can see as we inch closer and closer to that 5.5 to 6 month supply of inventory, the price increases have started to slow down a little bit. Just remember, $519,000 is the median price. So half are going for more than that and half of the homes are going for less. Now let's jump into townhomes and condos, and we start with active inventory there. It's up 121.9%. with 1,662 listings. The month supply of inventory for townhomes and condos is 5.2 months. So you're going to see something a little bit different like we did last month. I just said that the price is going to start to decelerate as we get to 5.5, 6 months. You'll actually see price decreases as we get over 6 months. At least historically, that's what happened. However, there was an anomaly just like last month. There were over 70 condos in the Quay that closed that really skew the number. But let's move on. I'll bring it up there. Days to contract is up 21.1% to 23 days. Now here's the number that those 70 condos in the Quay affected. That's my theory because they're very expensive condominiums. 70 units is a major portion of the inventory that closed in December. So it brought the median price up 20.2%. $468,933. I believe it's an anomaly. It would be either way. Normally that price should not be up so much. We'll see next month what happens. Then again, I don't know what's going on with the inventory at the Quay as far as how many might close next month there too. That building has just got a certificate of occupancy, so it's really going to skew those numbers going forward. So we'll report on that if it does. Now let's jump over to luxury properties. And by luxury properties, we're talking about homes, townhouses, villas, condos, anything over $1 million in the Sarasota County area. And that active inventory is up 61% with 828 listings. The month supply of inventory is up 43.5% at 6.6 months of inventory. When we get to median sales price, let's just keep an eye and see if that actually follows historical data. Days to contract was down 73.7% to 5 days. Well, again, that's a little strange. I have a feeling it's the condos in the Quay. Once again, a lot of them were over $1 million. When they were entered into the MLS, a lot of times they're entered as pending the minute that they put it in. So it shows that it was not even on the market for really a day. So that'll really skew the number as well. Before we get into median sales price, let's look at median percent of original price, which means how much did the property sell for as a percentage of what the seller was asking. And for December of 2023, they got 100%. That number may be affected by the statistics that were entered for the Quay. But in either case, it's up from 96.7%. Now let's move over to median sales price and let's see if that sticks with history. Over 6.6 months worth of inventory in the luxury market right now, and median sales price is actually down, which is to be expected. It's down 8.1%, since last year at $1,750,201 for the median sales price. So that did follow along. That number has followed along. It's over 6 months worth of inventory, and price is starting to adjust more into the seller. I'm going to show you a chart to illustrate a little bit further the month supply of inventory. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but that's really the main statistic that we need to continue to look at right now, because we're getting into that area where we're going to start moving to the other side of the chart. Let's take a look. This graphic will illustrate month supply of inventory. On the left-hand side, as you're 5.5 months or less, we have price increase. We have 5.5 months or more, we have price decrease. Obviously, that would favor the buyers. Price increases favors the sellers. We are still on the left-hand side of this graphic, and it's as this arrow starts heading to 5.5 months, that percent increase is getting to be less and less. And just as a segment of the market, we know the luxury market right now has 6.6 months worth of inventory, and price actually decreased 8.1%. An ideal market is between 5 and 6 months worth of inventory, where we have a little bit up, a little bit down, and it works well for both sides of the market, both sellers and buyers. So there you have it, folks. There's the Sarasota County Real Estate Market Report for January. Again, before we take off, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you leave a comment down below, and we would really appreciate it if you'd hit the thumbs up button, show that you like our videos. Don't hit the thumbs down. Nobody likes a downer, okay? So we'll see you next month right here on our channel. And before we leave, remember, the more you focus on the good, the more good comes into your life. We'll see you around town.